spend 24 hours surviving in the Everglades. Hopefully I don't get eaten by a gator. I'm flying out to Miami, Florida, and driving out to the Everglades, which is one of the largest wetlands in the world, spanning over 1.5 million acres across South Florida. With more than 1 million gators, thousands of snakes, this area is considered one of the world's most hostile and dangerous environments. Today, I'm gonna put myself in the position of a lost tourist and show you how to survive. Welcome to the Everglades. I am in alligator territory, and there's also crocodiles known to exist in this area. Even though I have a machete, this is not gonna be a good enough weapon to defend myself because it doesn't give me enough reach. So let's go find myself a weapon. First thing I wanna do is sharpen it all the way in the point. That gives me at least an extra 4 feet of reach. Could tie my machete to it, but I wanna have it close by in case I get attacked and I need to go like this. Boots are great for this terrain because they're pretty thick here, which means that if a snake tries to bite me, I got a little bit of protection and it might not pierce my skin. It's just so scary. All right, that's too deep water. I'm not going in there. The Everglades is the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles coexist. Hey, I'm just really scared of crocodiles because those animals are known to actually hunt human beings. Before we go anywhere, I want to show you guys what's inside of my backpack. Promise there's water everywhere. Let me see if I can. Today we have an insect repellent with 40% DEET, a water bottle, a flint to be able to start a fire, a canteen in case we need to boil some water, a headlamp, a powerful machete, and a bunch of paracord in case we need to tie things up. It's full of mosquitoes. That's why I got a bunch of insect repellent. I breathe in too much insect repellent. If the Everglades doesn't kill you, this stuff will. It's actually mating season right now, which means it's even more dangerous because they're just trying to kill you if they see you. What is that? What is it? One of the biggest problems with this area is that it all just looks the exact same. There's basically just water and mosquitoes as far as the eye can see. Hey, crocodile. The secret to finding your bearings out here lies in the water. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my water bottle, I'm gonna tie a string to one end, and then I'm gonna tie the other end to a piece of wood. Now, what is the point of doing all this? The Everglades isn't just a swamp. It's actually a 50-mile wide river that runs from north to south, and it moves about 100 feet a day. It moves very, very, very slowly. So technically, that water bottle should, in a while, swing towards the south direction and tell us exactly where we are. And it's been almost an hour now, so I'm almost certain that direction is south. I know that right now, if I move west, it's gonna be a couple miles until I actually reach the ocean. Whereas if I move north, I might actually try and bump into a road. So that's what I'm gonna try and do right now. All the trees that you see here are called cypress trees. They need a bunch of water to grow. What I'm looking for is pine trees because pine trees grow on dry land. I could try and climb up one of these trees, but they don't have many branches to grab onto, and if I fall, I could really injure myself. So I'm just gonna head north. I just saw bubbles. The best way to identify gators is that they make little bubbles under the water. And they can stay up to 45 minutes underwater, so it's not like you can just wait for them to come out. That's a gator. I'm just gonna move this way. Hi, gator. Try and just back away and go another way. Don't try and poke it with a stick, because that's gonna get it really upset and it's gonna go and just eat you. I'm just going this way, bro. You do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. See you later, bro. We interrupt this episode to tell you that our sponsor is Burmese. Burmese is my company. We make swim trunks out of recycled plastic bottles, and they help pay for this video. If you guys want to see more awesome videos, head over to Burmese.com and buy some Burmese. Yeah, Burmese. I am so scared. Whenever you're in gator territory, it's important that you splash and try and make as much noise as you can, and just let them know you're coming. Last thing you want to do is catch them by surprise, because that's when they attack. Hey, hey! What is that? It's so deep. Oh no, it's too deep. Is that bubbles? Yeah, it's bubbles. I'm not going that way. Sticking to the side. Stay away. Hey. Alright, just a piece of wood. If you do see a gator, a good option is to just try and climb up and get as high ground as you can. Because up here, they can't get you. Look at the size of these grasshoppers over here. Oh, so easy to get lost out here. Recently, a guy was out on his airboat when it broke down and he decided to go out looking for help. He got heat stroke, he got disoriented, and within 24 hours, he was dead. When they found his body, he was only 1 mile away from a road. Another swampy lake. Great. Everything looks like a gator. If you've been walking in the water for hours, it's important to try and dry your feet every now and then and give them a break, because there's something called trench foot where the skin on your feet becomes very weak and prone to having different funguses grow. And out here, if you can't walk, you die. These are pond apples. You can actually eat these. Very bad tasting. It's almost 100 degrees out here and there's 100% humidity. So it's very important that you stay hydrated. You can go 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. Just don't drink this stuff without boiling it because it's full of parasites and it can kill you. All right, it's beginning to get dark and I don't want to be in the water out here at nighttime because that's when gators like to hunt and all the snakes come out. So it's best if we start building our shelter, and I'm gonna build today what is called a swamp bed. These 3 trees are gonna be perfect for my base. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it over here. First thing we're gonna do is build our base. What I did was I grabbed some paracord and I attached this piece of wood to this trunk and that trunk. This is gonna act as our base. This is why it's very important to take paracord whenever you go out in the wild, just because it has so many uses. If you don't have paracord, another option is to use vines. Just make sure when you pull on them that no snakes come down. And just like that, we already have our base. Always avoid using wood that's just floating around in the water because it's gonna be rotten and it's gonna break apart. Once we have our base, we wanna be able to grabbing as many sticks as possible and lay them flat one next to each other so we actually have a floor which we can sit on. How am I gonna get up? Oh. Yeah! Woo! Definitely no gator's gonna climb up here. I can hear thunder. So I think it's important that we start putting a roof. Make sure to step on the edges because it's not that stable. All right, what I have to do now is I gotta grab this piece of wood and put it between the 2 trunks to act as a support for my roof. All I need now are some palm fronds to put it on top to make sure that if it rains, I don't get wet. Yes! Check out my swamp bed, it's huge! I use the extra palm leaves to make its bedding so it's nice and comfy. And up top, I got a nice protection in case it rains. I got awesome palm trees protecting these. Awesome, guys. Oh my God. All right, lightning is another issue. I could definitely get electrocuted, but this is all about survival, guys. You either live or you die. You can't do everything perfect. Now that we've built our shelter, we need to try and make fire as fast as possible. And I'm not liking this thunder one bit. All right, for the base of our fire, we're gonna grab as many dead twigs as we can. That looks good. All right, for our kindle, we're gonna use up all this dry stuff that you find on the tree. As to not burn down our shelter, it's important to try and put a base with some mud. So I'm gonna stick my hand down here, even though there might be a bunch of snakes. But we're gonna try and grab as much mud as possible and just form a nice base to be able to separate it from the ground. Fill this up with water. Those vultures just waiting for me to die. Ah! That was big lightning. Big lightning. Okay, I didn't record it, but a freaking gator just moved down there in the water. This is just not fun. Now while this fire burns, I'm gonna start boiling my water. Another benefit the fire has is that it creates smoke, and smoke is a great insect repellent. I'm hoping that I'm not burning the wood underneath. No, but I think it's good. All right, the water is almost finished boiling. As you can see, I took my pants off. They're drying up there with my socks. This, I have to say, is definitely an awesome camp right now. It's getting dark and scary. My fire's completely dead, but there's no way I'm going in that water. I can't see anything. Right now, my best chances are just to try and get some rest, and hopefully my shelter doesn't break apart while I sleep. See you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. I managed to get some sleep, but honestly, I've been seeing so many gators that I'm very freaked out. They're so big. I haven't been able to film them because every time they see me, they just swim out, but I'm just freaked out. It looks like the water's getting shallower and try and go through these bushes. What scares me is that it's mating season, so these guys are just very aggressive if they see me and I get in their way. Hit! It looks like territory's kind of changing over here. Hopefully we're reaching some dry land. All right, this is great. Now I'm just in snake territory. So I go from alligator territory into snake territory. Can the Everglades get any worse? In case you're only worried about snakes, alligators, and crocodiles, out here, you can actually run into bears and panthers. I just hope I'm not their next meal. can't take anymore. I need something to protect me from this heat. It's a genius invention. It keeps me so much cooler. This is better than a hat. Woo! Not sawgrass. The Everglades is just full of bad stuff. It's called sawgrass because it actually can cut you like a saw. If you pull it up one way, it doesn't cut you, but if you go down the other way, it cuts you razor sharp. You got a bunch of cuts. The way to get through this is put your stick in front of you and just go through. Thank God. The problem is now I'm just all cut up and itchy. Check this out. There's like some sort of canal here. A lot of these are artificially made to be able to drain out the water here in the Everglades. But the problem is this is very deep water. There's no way I'm gonna swim across here, especially not during mating season. So I think it's better if we just try and border this river and hopefully find a crossing. Hey little gator, just gotta watch out, because this guy runs at 30 miles an hour, and that's faster than me. This kind of looks like a car's cross here. Yes! Woohoo! No way! A gate! Yes! A road! Yes! Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. That is by far one of the scariest things I've ever done. Every episode we're giving away 5 free Burmese to some of our subscribers. The winner of this episode are these 5 names over here. If you want to win, all you gotta do is subscribe. I'm so happy. I'll see you guys on another adventure. Like, comment, and all that other stuff. You know what to do. Peace out.